Hello, good evening and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club for another car that is definitely a star, and this time we are taking out a Mercedes-Benz. This is the Mercedes-Benz 190E 2.5 16 Evolution 2 1991. This car is made by Mercedes-Benz. It's a 1991 road car and produced in Germany, or its manufacturer is German. The engine code is M102.992. Excuse me. Aspiration is naturally aspirated. It's a 2.5 litre. Engine type is an inline 4. Its power is 231 brake horsepower, and it's got a 5-speed gearbox. It's front engined with rear wheel drive, and weighs in at 2,954 pounds or 1,340 kilograms. Its top speed is 155 miles per hour, and in Gran Turismo 7 its performance points are 466.70. This car is 4.544 meters in length, with a width of 1.720 and a height of 1.340 meters. The Mercedes-Benz 190E 2.5 16 Evolution 291 is a road car produced by Mercedes-Benz. It appears in Gran Turismo 4, Gran Turismo PSP, Gran Turismo 5, Gran Turismo 6 and Gran Turismo 7 as part of update 1.40, which I think was only a few days ago, so fresh off the press. The 190E Evolution model, which marked the return of Mercedes. In the early 1980s, Mercedes-Benz decided to return to racing after a long absence from motorsports. The car it developed was the 190E 2.3 16, a sporting model based on the company's 190 series. The highlight of this car was its engine, based on a 2.3 litre SOHC inline 4 that Mercedes already had in production. A 16-valve DOHC head was developed, and the engine was tuned by those bloody Brits, Cosworth, eh? A race engine builder of note and famous for its Formula One power plants. The resulting engine boasted 182 brake horsepower, and 167 foot-pound of torque. The 190E 2.3 16 with the Cosworth honed engine began racing in the Deutsche Tourenwagen Meisterschaft, better known around the world as DTM, in 1986. By 1988, the car had evolved into the 190 2.5 16, giving it a larger displacement engine in the hopes of defeating BMW's M3. This 2.5 litre engine could now make it up to 197 horsepower. A DTM homologation model known as the 190E 2.5 16 Evolution entered limited production in 1989. A year later, Mercedes-Benz, I guess that is, released the ultimate 2.5 16, the 190E 2.5 16 Evolution 2. On looks alone, the Evolution 2 looks like a potent machine. Large bulging fenders added at all four corners to accommodate the wide 245/40ZR 17 tyres, and the trunk now sported a giant wing so large it overhung the rear end. Only 500 of these 235 PS road cars were ever produced, and the car experienced much success in the DTM in 1992, just as expected. You can buy this car in the Legend cars on Gran Turismo 7 for 300,000 creds as of November 2023. It's great. It's a great drive. It surprised me because I was going to expect it to be all lulling suspension and not much else, but it's a square car, but that matters not. It's got so much grunt underneath the hood that I think it could be all sorts of different shapes and it'd still get around it in a very fast thing. It looks like a hearse. It's the fastest hearse. That's getting me to the funeral real quick. So yeah, the 190 Evo 2, this makes up, I mean, we've tried the Sierra Cosworth and we've tried the the BMW M3 Sports Edition, all around about the same time. So that's who it's fighting with. It's at the bottom of our table, I imagine. I mean, it's my surprises like the Scooby did the other day. But I know this one's not going to break the top 20. But it's interesting to see where it'll place against the Sierra and the BMW of the same ilk. And the drive was great. It had a slide to it. I was really surprised. The car sort of slid into the corners quite nicely. It's on the comfort tyres. It's so beyond me what cars get sold on what tyres, but yeah, it's on the comfort softs, I believe. So not a lot of grip given up for them. But the car, it worked well and it behaved nicely. I really did enjoy driving it. It seemed less erratic than the Sierra. It didn't seem to want to kill me. And the BMW, I feel bad for the BMW because it was an early car I tried. Didn't know the track very well, and it probably should have performed better than what it did. Look, I nearly wanted to go sideways all the way down the hill there. But this was a fantastic car. It's a must-buy. It surely is, just because of its historical heritage and how cracking it is. And it's beautiful. And I mean, we've got a lot to thank Mercedes for. I mean, I recently heard a story. I don't know all the details, so you might have to shoot me down. But I think they won a French Formula One race in 1914 or something. Wowzers, look at me go. Oh man. Yeah, they won some sort of Formula One, French Formula One race, I think in 1914. And they were sending the car over to their factory in England, or their sales place in England or something, to show off, celebrate that they'd won it. And then war broke out. So that car was given to Rolls-Royce. Rolls-Royce ripped it to shreds, saw how the engine worked, and saw they were working with some sort of like the flat four or something, and designed the old Spitfire engines from it. So that's thank you. Thank you, Mercedes. You helped us win the war. Well, first one anyway. It was a great drive. I don't know why we always end up back at the war with these guys. It's a long time gone. No need to harper on about it. But yeah, I really enjoyed driving it. It was the cockpit. There was some wood paneling in there. Always makes me smirk. A little bit of wood paneling in a car. Just, I don't know. I mean, they're so plastic nowadays. I miss a bit of wood paneling, but who would have wood in their car? But yeah, it was a fun drive. Fast car, absolutely fast. Could take the speed into the corners. It behaved perfectly for what I wanted it to do. On the table, I haven't got a clue where this one's going to end up, to tell you the truth. It didn't on par with the Sierra, maybe not far off the Sierra, if anything. But we'll have to wait and see. But this one, as we're coming around the last few corners, look at it, it's just chewing them corners up. It doesn't care, doesn't want to slide out or anything. So Mercedes-Benz 190e 2.5 16 Evolution 2 1991. Get it bought, get it driven, it's fun. Handbrake. So there we have it, Mercedes-Benz 190e 2.5 16 Evolution 2 1991 with an 840.135, fifth in the PP 500 category, ahead of the BMW M3 Sports Evolution and behind the Ford Sierra RS 500 Cosworth. It could be down to the way I drive them, possibly. I mean, it's only 3 seconds off. And I probably pushed the Mercedes more than the Ford. Ford was a bit scary. Back end was a little tail happy. So I felt more confident with the Mercedes, but still 3 seconds off. And the BMW, 15 seconds. I mean, it's a month apart, and it was the early days of when I started doing this. So that 15 seconds could be just driver operator error. But them three cars definitely need to go on a head-to-head, don't they? Even the Porsche, even though it's like some 10 years older. But they definitely need some sort of championship there, don't they? Ford Sierra, Mercedes-Benz and BMW M3 all alongside each other in the table. That looks juicy. Hopefully that inspires someone. We can always use ballast to level that out. The PPs aren't far different, so I'm surprised the times are so varied. Do the things that YouTube like. That's all I can say, because I get sick of saying the same thing over and over again. But you know what YouTube want. You know what they want, and we want it as well. We want a bit of interaction. We want to end up in some algorithm where a few people will see these videos and hopefully join the Virtual Racers Club. Then we get full of lobbies for racing. That's what this is all about. And to look at some sexy cars. It's car porn and a recruitment drive. So come and look for us at the Virtual Racers Club. Come and join our community in Discord. It's all there. It's in the About section. You'll find it. I have great trust in you. Tooroo, peace and love. Peace and love.